In the glittering world of Motown, three young women climbed the charts and changed music forever. But behind the sequins and smiles, one voice was slowly being pushed out of the spotlight. Florence Ballard, the powerful voice of the Supremes. The star who should have shined the brightest but became Motown's most tragic loss. Florence Ballard was the heartbeat of the Supremes, yet she's often overshadowed by her more famous counterpart. Yes, you guessed it, Diana Ross, Berry Gordy's secret lover. Florence Ballard was born with a voice that could shake a room. Friends said she didn't just sing, she commanded the air around her. At just 15, she joined a group called the Primettes, alongside Mary Wilson and a young Diana Ross, and together they hustled their way into Motown, becoming the Supremes. But here's the twist. In the early days, Florence was considered the true lead singer, the one with the raw, soulful talent. This powerhouse vocalist brought raw emotion and grit to hits like Where Did Our Love Go? But behind the scenes, her story was a heartbreaking tale of struggle and neglect. Motown's founder, Berry Gordy, had a vision, clean-cut, glamorous, crossover appeal. And to him, that meant pushing Diana Ross forward. The group's name quietly shifted to Diana Ross and the Supremes. Florence watched as her spotlight dimmed, her solos taken away, her voice nearly erased from the group she helped create. Behind the scenes, she felt betrayed. On stage, she felt like a backup singer in her own group. And the pressure was crushing. The industry was brutal. Florence struggled with depression, weight fluctuations, and alcohol use as she tried to cope with her fading role. In 1967, after tensions exploded, Florence Ballard was fired from the Supremes. The public didn't know the truth. Motown kept everything quiet. After leaving the group, she faced personal demons and financial hardships, all while the world celebrated Diana Ross. She tried to launch a solo career, but Motown controlled the narrative, the media, and even her opportunity. Her 3 solo singles were barely promoted, and the world never got to hear what could have been. Money ran out. Her home was repossessed. Now it's worth mentioning. Diana Ross tried to send her money, but Florence wouldn't take it. She raised her 3 daughters with almost nothing, despite having once been part of the biggest girl group in the world. In 1976, Florence Ballard died at just 32 years old from heart failure. Many fans still believe that stress, betrayal, and heartbreak contributed just as much. Florence Ballard's homegoing service was held February 27, 1976, at New Bethel Baptist Church. Reverend C.L. Franklin, Aretha Franklin daddy, gave the eulogy at his church. A reported 5,000 people showed up to pay their respects to the former Supreme, including Stevie Wonder, Mary Wilson, and Diana Ross, who was booed while exiting her limousine. Diana was accused of stealing the show at Florence Ballard's funeral, and others say she wasn't invited. She was front row at the funeral, holding Flo's youngest daughter, Lisa. The 4 tops were the pallbearers, and Sue Lee Stinson Funeral Home interred Ballard's body. She is buried at Detroit Memorial Park in Warren. Someday We'll Be Together by the Supremes played at the funeral. Florence Ballard may have been pushed out of the spotlight, but she was never forgotten. Her voice helped build the foundation of Motown. Her power shaped the Supremes. And her story reminds us that sometimes the greatest talents are hidden behind the brightest lights. It's a tragic irony that the woman who helped define the sound of a generation was left to fade into obscurity. Florence's legacy deserves more than just a footnote in music history. It's time we remember her not just as a Supreme, but as a true pioneer who fought for her place in the spotlight. Thank you for watching today's deep dive into the life and legacy of Florence Ballard, the voice that Motown should have never forgotten. If this story moved you, don't leave without hitting like, tapping subscribe, and joining the family for more untold celebrity stories, music history, and the truth behind Hollywood's biggest legends.